Good morning, student. Open your notebook and copy the date today. Today is November 5th, 2021. Today we are going to be talking about a very important topic for all of us. It is important because it is what we are experiencing today worldwide. For this reason, I need you that you pay attention. Student, pay attention to what we are going to talk about today. First of all, I will show you an image so that you can observe it carefully and you can relate it with the content or topic that we are going to be dealing with. Okay, student. In this image, you are going to observe carefully and then you are going to write in your notebook what the image presented is about. For this activity, you have 5 minutes to observe the image. In 5 minutes, you have to describe, you have to organize your idea. What do you think about this image? Because this image is regarding with the topic that we are explaining today. Then you have to go to the platform and write your ideas under the image. Okay, student, the topic today is that we are going to be talking today is global warming effects and measures to protect the planet. Really, that is very important topic. You need to pay attention, concentrate please in this topic because you need to do activities or to do something that can avoid to global warming. As I told you before, this is a very important issue because we are currently suffering the consequences of global warming. And it is up to us as a thinking human being to seek the necessary measure to prevent the continued destruction of our planet. You need to think what you need to do to prevent the global warming. Because global warming is affecting us also animals, because the food because the animal don't have a food to eat. Well, suddenly you have heard about global warming, but perhaps I think that you do not know what is it about. I want to start by giving you a brief definition of this concept. If you want, you can take note in your notebook because this definition is important too, because you need organize your idea when you are make other activity or some assignment. You need to know what is the topic about. Okay, global warming is a phenomenon that affects all the inhabitants of the planet, both people and all living beings. That is the importance of knowing it in its entirety, to be able to use it, because life itself is about it. Global warming is the long-term increase in the average temperature of the Earth's climate system. This phenomenon is a major aspect for current climate change, demonstrated by direct measurement of temperature and various effects of warming. Global warming consists of the increase in the temperature of the Earth, which is reflected in the oceans and the atmosphere, mainly caused by the emission of greenhouse gases emitted by human activity. Global warming has excited forever. However, due to massive human activities and emission, this phenomenon has increased, especially the burning of fossil fuels and changes in land use, such as deforestation, as well as several other secondary sources. You know that you need to learn about this part, this topic, because it is important for us. It is necessary to understand what is a global warming. Okay, student, here I want to show you three images that are examples of the global warming that we are experiencing today. In this imaging, you can reflect some activity that man does, and that it is a danger to our planet because it is destroying it. Observe carefully this picture. The first is the fire forest. How we can see the discriminate burning destroys the flora, affecting the habits of many animals. In addition, the smoke from these burns affects ozone layer, thus producing global warming. You can see in this picture, student, let me see. You can see in this picture, this is a big factory, a big industries. Large industries is also another factor that influences global warming, because the smoke that these factories release pollutes the environment, also the ozone layer. And the last one picture, this, also sorry, I can here. This picture, you can see in this picture how we can say another of the activity is the indiscriminate felling of the trees. For this reason, student, you need to pay attention to what is happening to our planet Earth and become aware of how to reduce global warming. We can reduce global warming when we put in practice we take awareness about how to protect our planet, our environment. because we need our planet, we need our environment. Here, here I can talk to you about the causes of global warming. Global warming is caused by two types of causes: natural and man-made. Natural causes of global warming. The natural ones, despite being present for thousands of years, are not enough to carry out climatic changes. And the last one is the man-made causes of global warming. Man-made causes refer mainly to greenhouse gases, which are mostly caused by emissions of carbon dioxide, CO2, and methane, CH4, although there are many others. You can see in this part, you can we I have here other examples: burning of fossil fuels, deforestation. I told you before the deforestation in the picture, in the first picture. I'm talking about the deforestation. Other is increase in water vapor in the atmosphere. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the how affect us climate change. Climate changes affect us all. The potential impact is huge, with prediction of a lack of clean water, large changes in conditions for food production, and an increase in death rate due to floods, storms, droughts, and heat wave. Ultimately, climate change is not just an environmental phenomenon but also has profound economic and social consequences. The poorest countries, which are less prepared to deal with rapid changes, will suffer the worst consequences. Also, the extinction of animals and plants is predicted, as habits will change so fast that many species will not be able to adapt in time. The World Health Organization has warned that the health of millions of people could be threatened by increased malaria, malnutrition, and waterborne diseases. In this part, I'm going to talk or I'm going to mention some consequences of the global warming. Because you know, student, the all action have a consequence. Here, I'm going to mention some of them. For example, melting of the glaciers. It is a consequence of the global warming, the melting of the glaciers. This will cause the sea levels to rise considerably, causing floods and leaving us without the main reserve of fresh water on the planet. Other consequence is the climate change. It is caused by the gases accumulated in the atmosphere that increase the temperature, affecting the climate of different geographical areas, and the flora and fauna found there. Okay, here we have other consequences. Change in the hydrological cycle refer the repercussion of this point range from a change in the pH of the water causing acid rain to hurricanes in more intense storms due to heat. And the last one, but it is not the less important, pay attention, student, the lack of food. It is the most important because we need food to survive. The lack of the food, this would only affect less developed countries that are totally dependent on agricultural activities, since the heat destroys crops or makes water for irrigation scarce. Okay, how to combat global warming? How you can combat global warming? Okay. Earth is a rich planet and offers us its resources. It is our responsibility to preserve it. Humans are part of the problem. You can hear? We are part of the problem in our planet because we make activities that affect our environment. Consumption, industry, and pollution are our work and have a great impact on the environment. We lack the precise and necessary information, and we are currently not aware of what affects our daily activity in ecological terms in the deterioration of the planet. Whenever possible, we must change consumption patterns and integrate sustainable and environmentally friendly habits into our routine with the aim of reducing pollution. Only in this way will we be able to redirect global warming. There are different solutions to reduce or prevent the increase in the temperature on the planet from continuous such as, for example, you can see in this part, regulate CO2 emission. This is one of action that we need to do or we have to do to avoid the global warming. Regulate CO2 emission. Try to avoid the use of cars. Pay attention. Try to avoid the use of cars, using bicycles, or opting to change our conventional car for an electric or hybrid one. Control the emission caused by the industry in general, since the amounts of these are exaggerated. Other positive action that we can make to prevent or to reduce the global warming is plant more trees. If you cut a tree, you have to plant 2 trees, 3 trees. By doing this, the excess CO2 in the environment would be to decrease, and the trees would act as thermoregulatory. Other action is reduce the use of electricity. How can we reduce the electricity? Disconnecting the fans, disconnecting the TV, disconnecting the cell phone charger. If you don't use any electrical resource, you can disconnect it. In this way, you are contributing to reduce the global warming. Avoid leaving light on and disconnecting electrical appliances when they are not in use. Exchanging common bulbs for LED bulbs that have a much lower energy consumption. Other action that we can do is generate less garbage. When you go to the Chinito store or the supermarket, you have to select the product that the container can do to other things. When buying a product, keep in mind if it can be reused or recycled. Prefer glass packaging instead of plastic since the former are much easier to recycle or biodegradable disposable. We need to recycle. When you make recycle or reduce or reuse a container of the product, you are contribute to avoid the global warming, and you are saving our planet, our environment. Okay, student. I finished, or we have finished the explaining the class for today, and here I want to give you an assignment for next November 8th. You need to read the instruction. This assignment it will submit in the platform classroom. You have to go to the platform and review the assignment. Follow the instructions. First, for group of four students, then make a research about the topic global warming, effect and measure to protect the planet. You need to follow the evaluation instrument to do this work, because in that in the instrument is the what I want to know, what I want to evaluate about this research. Thank you, student. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.